Hello and welcome back to Tech Talk. Next up, we'll be hearing from ServiceWorks Global, a leading international provider of facilities, property and integrated workplace management software. Now, they'll showcase QFM software, including CAFM, space management, BIM and digitisation services. Now, this is perfect for FMs looking to implement a CAFM solution, facilitate a COVID secure workplace, or learn about the benefits of digitising a building. Now, after the presentation, I'll be joined by Nancy and Danielle from SWG, who are here to answer any questions that you have. As always, please pop your questions in the chat box. It can happen at any point during the presentation, and I'll put those questions to Danielle and Nancy. They're looking forward to answering them. But first of all, let's take a look at the presentation.
Thank you for joining ServiceWorks Global for our Tech Talk as part of the facility show Connect 2021. This video will showcase our market-leading CAFM software, QFM, as well as introduce our QFM space, BIM and digitisation products and services. We will also be holding a live Q&A after the Tech Talk and welcome your questions about our product offering. ServiceWorks Global, or SWG for short, is a leading international provider of facilities, property and workplace management software. Established in 1994, and now a wholly owned subsidiary of Adnode Group with offices in the UK, Sweden, Canada, Australia and the Middle East, SWG delivers future-proof solutions designed, developed and supported in-house. At SWG, security and data protection are of the utmost importance, so we're proud to be a Microsoft Gold partner and hold ISO 9001 and 27001 international accreditations. We have worked with clients all across the globe and have solutions that fit within all vertical markets. Furthermore, our ability to integrate into a number of third-party systems solidifies our position as a flexible and reliable software provider. The first product we'll be discussing is our QFM CAFM software. Let's take a look. QFM CAFM software is a fully modular and integrated platform. Let's begin by focusing on the following four categories: facilities management, asset and lifecycle management, bookings management, and property management. Utilizing QFM results in improved service quality and asset availability for the user and can help contribute towards improved sustainability and cost reduction, with many organizations seeing a complete return on investment in under 18 months. Across the platform, extensive reporting is available, helping improve enterprise-wide performance and allowing facilities managers to make data-based decisions when it comes to facilities management and strategy. QFM Facilities Management Software is a fully web and mobile-enabled suite of management tools which maximizes the operational efficiency of a wide range of asset, building and service activities. By using QFM's asset management module to record and track assets, it is possible to maintain an accurate asset register for your facility. QFM enables users to add asset details to service requests and/or add specific planned works for remedial maintenance. Site managers will have the ability to monitor asset warranty periods, evaluate an asset's performance, aid strategic business decisions, and attach related documentation. QFM is an excellent management tool for the intelligent scheduling of planned maintenance workloads and activities. Fully configurable to allow multiple schedules for each asset or location, the schedule planner uses a graphical format to identify the difference between the schedule frequencies, such as weekly, monthly or yearly, and includes borders to showcase the generated and upcoming planned tasks. QFM Asset Lifecycle module can optimize and extend an asset's life through its intelligent data capture, expenditure forecasting, and detailed management. Contained within the existing asset viewer, the asset lifecycle details take your asset management a step further. It captures key dates along with other important lifecycle attributes such as your location profile and usage. Recognizing an asset's current value, future value, and maintenance costs are essential to organizations to plan the most effective maintenance regimes. QFM provides users with the ability to capture lifecycle attributes and predict the costs of maintaining those assets with powerful reporting tools. CAFM software provides a self-service help desk module whereby staff, customers and contractors can log maintenance requests 24/7 from any location and from any device such as laptop, tablet or mobile phone, and view job progress in real time to optimize the service levels. Using the CAFM self-service portal from a browser or kiosk console, users have the ability to log maintenance requests using a visual graphical interface which is fully configurable to meet the unique business needs. This is a quick and simple way to ensure requests are logged accurately. Users also have the ability to add supporting evidence and attachments to their requests. Operative availability is managed by the CAFM Resource Scheduler, where it is possible to allocate both planned and reactive maintenance activities. Supervisors can allocate their operatives' work for specific times of the day or planned for a specific date. CAFM also allows for batch allocation of multiple jobs at once, streamlining the process for users. With access to CAFM by mobile or tablet devices, engineers can receive action and sign off jobs in real time, providing ultimate workload control. Job rectification times are reduced, service levels are optimized, and money is saved. The app also works in online and offline mode to access updates when the device is not connected to a network or within Wi-Fi range. CAFM provides an extensive range of inbuilt configurable reports for workplace budgeting and forecasting, as well as contractor monitoring, activity management, and compliance reporting. It transforms data into meaningful and actionable information, which supports and validates effective decision-making. Users are able to automatically generate their own reports, which are sent straight to their inbox, significantly reducing the process of introducing standard reports, such as end-of-month reporting. Now let's move on to our CAFM Space product. The CAFM Space module from SWG offers a wide range of benefits for organizations, allowing users to increase the control and ownership of their space, whether they are expanding, reducing, moving, or even adapting their space to adhere to safe social distancing guidelines. The CAFM Space tool also allows for effective hot desk booking to maximize shared workspace utilization, often resulting in cost savings of up to 20%. The technology simplifies space and move management, offering greater accuracy for more precise move planning. CAFM Space allows users to take floor plan drawings and layer on company information to provide a powerful, analytical and strategic tool. Information about staff can be stored within locations on the floor plan, including name, picture, ID number, contact telephone, assigned equipment and much more. Information layers can be turned on and off by clicking the light bulb besides the name of the desired layer. Users can get back to viewing the full floor plan by clicking here at any time. Space can be assigned to a department, business unit or cost center, and it can be viewed by hovering over the desired area or checking the key. The key can be deployed beside the drawing or wherever is most convenient. Information about the type of space can also be added. For example, a toilet has a very different set of properties to a conference room, and these need to be clearly displayed as well. Information within each aspect of the model can be quickly revised, ensuring an up-to-date and accurate representation of space at all times. Simply highlight and click Edit to bring up the customizable forms containing all the required information about each location or set of locations. To edit, make the change, click Save, and the change will instantly be pulled through to the floor plan. This information is also instantly pulled through to the reports, ensuring any space information is always right up to date. CAFM Return to Work is a new social distancing software application by ServiceWorks Global to help FMs manage the challenge of planning a safe and efficient working environment for returning employees. Return to Work is a standalone application for both new users and existing clients. No specialist skills or applications are required, and the software can be up and running in a matter of days. Return to Work ensures safe seating distances of employees and manages walkway, corridor, and common usage areas. As the required social distance may differ from country to country or space to space, this can be altered on a floor-by-floor basis. The application also enables users to implement shift patterns for individual staff members to manage desk occupancy rates. Return to Work highlights usage status to allow a rotation of desks and prevent cross-contamination. Our integrated traffic light system allows visual representation of safe areas. FMs can model potential safe working scenarios manually or can automatically highlight safe location usage by taking a number of desks and setting them as Do Not Use. Alongside our CAFM software, SWG has developed a number of products and services relating to digitisation and building information modelling, or BIM for short. Let's start with our integrated QFM BIM database. Across the facilities management industry, organisations are increasingly investing in digitisation, BIM, and building lifecycle management. With over 25 years' experience of digitising the built environment, SWG is unique in being able to offer a fully integrated solution across the complete building lifecycle, from design and construction all the way through to operations and maintenance. Here we can see the structure and characteristics of a BIM model where data is loaded into the model database, and it details examples of outputs that can be produced. These outputs can include the extraction of up-to-date 2D drawings to contractors or design teams, fly-throughs of 3D visualization for marketing and environmental simulation modeling, schedules for installation and maintenance, and linking operational manuals to relevant assets. The QFM BIM database is a software application that allows you to take your building data from construction, which would ordinarily become redundant at project handover, through to operations. Your architect, engineering, or electrical plans can be directly imported to the QFM BIM database, where file categories are set up, so that when you import the file, it recognizes the file source and saves the data under the relevant categories. You can also define what types of categories you want to import and create additional objects that weren't included in the import document. Once the data is uploaded, you are able to view either just the data or the data and the 3D model, complete with pan and zoom functionality. The QFM BIM database can be used as a standalone system or with integration into the QFM CAFM system. Data can be uploaded into the QFM BIM database via IFC, Revit, COBie, or an Excel document. The QFM BIM database extracts information from the building files and transforms it into usable data. This data can be loaded and bulk uploaded into the QFM CAFM system for operational use. The QFM BIM database acts like a staging area, allowing you to choose which assets are moved across to QFM. For example, the building file might contain 10,000 assets, but it could be that only 1,000 of these are required within QFM. Our experienced team will work with you on which assets to move across, as well as map the fields to enable the bi-directional integration link. The QFM BIM database acts like an asset register, meaning you can hand back accurate asset and building information at the end of your contract term. And finally, we discuss ServiceWorks Global's digitisation and visualization services. Before commencing a digitisation project, we engage with our clients to establish the planned use of the project and remain a committed partner throughout the process. In the collection phase, information is gathered through digital drawing files or laser scanning information in the point cloud. Whilst modelling from drawings and 3D laser scanning are the more traditional routes to digitisation, we've also worked with photogrammetry methods, which is the process of capturing data through photographs. During the structure phase, laser scanned buildings undergo point cloud processing and the 3D model is created in Revit. At this stage, models can be supplemented by visualization services. This option is particularly good for those who are creating models from drawings that have a lower level of detail. The use phase shows how the 3D model can be integrated into the QFM BIM database for use in a CAFM system for maintenance and operations. This is a video of an SWG client in Sweden who required a digital twin of their sports centre. This project was created using 3D laser scanning and drone techniques to capture their 10,000 square metre space. Once the building was scanned, we collected the scan information for processing. Geometric information was added, and, in this case, photographs were incorporated to create an element of realism. The point cloud is like a jigsaw puzzle that pieces all the scans together to create an accurate 3D model. Once the BIM model has been created, areas can be categorized according to their use. This project was delivered from start to finish in just 11 weeks. SWG's scan and modelling services provide a digital model of buildings for facilities management, or sales and marketing of properties. Here we can see both a 3D model and a visualization model side by side. As you can see, you're presented with the same building, the left showing just the physical space, whereas the right has been set up in a way to show the potential of the space, in this case as a restaurant. The type of visualization model you need to adopt depends on the building's purpose and function, but you can see here clearly how visualization can really bring a space to life. As an organisation, we will continue to prioritise the development of our software, making sure our clients receive the best and most up-to-date features and functionality. But don't just take our word for it. Here are what some of our clients have to say about our solution. Thank you very much for your time so far. Now it's over to you. We will shortly move on to our live Q&A segment. Please feel free to ask us about our QFM CAFM software, our QFM space product, or any of our BIM and digitisation services we have introduced in this video. We welcome anyone who is interested to book a personalised demo with one of our team.
Well, I am really happy to say that I have Nancy and Danielle from SWG here with me live now to answer any of your questions having watched that presentation. First of all, welcome Danielle and Nancy to Tech Talks. Where are you and how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you. We are in West London in Putney this afternoon.
And you are very lucky because you are in the same room, so you're back in the workplace.
Absolutely, we're back in, and we've been fortunate to have a COVID-safe workplace throughout the pandemic, so very lucky.
Well, we've got lots of questions for you, and I'm sure kind of how businesses adapt to COVID as well in terms of the workplace will come up too. But first of all, I've got the first question, and it is, how do SWG differentiate QFM from products you resell, things like Archibus? Nancy?
That's an interesting question. Both products are great products. Ultimately, it comes down to understanding the customer's requirements, and we would identify which of those products would be most suited. They're really quite different. Danielle can perhaps touch upon some of the core differences of those.
Yeah, so I guess Archibus is an IBMS solution. Again, they've got global reach. They are very much targeted to end users within the QFM aspect. We've worked very closely with FM and Estates teams directly. The good thing about a company like ours is that because we've got two fantastic products in the market, we're able to kind of, like Nancy said, take on board what clients' requirements were and steer them in that direction of what area is better suited to them. Archibus, for example, is very strong on the property side, and QFM equally has some really good kind of defining modules too. So it really comes down to what the client's looking for.
Great, thank you. And just a reminder as well, thank you for that question. If there are any other questions, if you are new to our Tech Talks, just pop them in the chat box, which is on the right-hand side of the screen. So I've got another question here, which is, we have some blackout areas in our building. Will your mobile app work in offline mode, Nancy?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, lots of our customers have blackout spots in their buildings. Engineers are typically working down in basements, in places where there might be thick walls, as an example. So QFM has the ability to work in offline mode. Any updates to the data will be synced back with the main database when the device comes into signal. But whilst they're offline, they can still query the database on the device. So if they was working on an asset, as an example, they could still pull up any of the asset details, previous maintenance tasks, any supporting documentation, as an example.
And you'd also be able to sync that information back in too, so it's not just the data that pulls through. If you're working on a job and you were taking some photos to support, to support the job that you're closing off, you're able then to upload that information back into the system once the mobile goes live again.
Great. And I guess a very basic question, how long does it take to implement a QFM CAFM system?
Again, another very good question. Ultimately, it really depends on the customer. Some of our implementations can be very quick, in a couple of weeks, and some may go over, say, 6 months. It's almost entirely dependent on the customer's requirements, the customer's resourcing, and also the availability of resources and data at the necessary checkpoints. So to answer your question, it's a range, and ultimately we would work with the customer. So typically at the start of a project, we would involve both sets of project teams, and we would walk the customer through how we would approach an implementation, the sorts of workshops that would be undertaken, so that the customer can identify which resources would be most appropriate at the various checkpoints and meetings. And once we've both got a clear picture of those requirements and dependencies, we can then build out a project schedule accordingly.
And in addition to that, we've also got a product called QFM Express, which is kind of targeted at SMEs. So for those that are looking for a more basic CAFM system, we do have an almost plug and play solution that can be implemented much quicker. So again, it comes back to what your requirements are. How many, if you're using the full QFM CAFM system, what modules, what data you're using, or if you're using a more kind of Express Lite version of the product for kind of smaller organisations, which is a much speedier implementation.
So you can adapt depending on the size and the needs. Great. Got another question that's come in. So this question asks, can QFM return to work be quickly updated to account for changing government regulations? So I guess we're all kind of keeping an eye out on what's going on. Can things be updated quickly within the system?
Yes, absolutely. And as Danielle sort of touched upon, that whole return to work piece is a quick to mobilise product suite. Things like social distancing parameters, those can be updated on the fly, so that as legislation changes, that can be input into the system, and organisations can model those scenarios to understand what return to work might look like for them.
And also, so with QFM, within our space application, we have a return to work solution, which is specifically for offices returning to the office. But we also have a wider strategic space solution too, that can kind of work on scenarios kind of as your company develops. So potentially people might be working more remotely now, or more in a hybrid way, and then they potentially might be looking over time to expand on that, or bring more departments back in, or even outsource. So we have solutions that kind of fit immediate requirements with return to office, but also kind of wider solutions around space generally, and around space usage, utilisation. And with the return to work aspect, as Nancy was saying, you can change that information as kind of legislation changes over time. So at the moment, the rules obviously are a 2 metre distance. So you might model your office. What we have is a layer that shows you where there's overlap, so you can set your work area up so it is COVID safe. And then over time that might be minimised. It could be in a year's time we decide that actually only a metre is required. and those parameters can be changed. You can also run extensive reporting too. So, the CAFM aspect deals with your health and safety legislation and your cleaning schedules. But then you've got your space tool, which allows you to run reports. So, for example, if you did have a case of somebody that had COVID, you could run a report to understand kind of who might have been working on those days, so that you could raise, an event if multiple staff were in and they might have been affected by it. And then that also kind of feeds into your cleaning schedules too. If you had a case of COVID, you could make sure that desk and that space was completely cleared for the next use. And then again, that kind of feeds more into the hot desking environment. So as some companies are looking to scale down their office area, we have the facilities and capability of providing hot desking solutions that are still kind of COVID safe for offices.
Right. And I wonder as well, on this subject, how has the market reacted? I guess your existing customers, what have they been asking for? And have there been any surprises, Nancy?
Oh, any surprise? Not really. I mean, customers have definitely been looking for a bit more support. I think that as they go back into the workplace, our customers have been approaching us for any innovation that we can offer, any foresight. But as Daniel touched upon, it's really about going back to the basics to ensure that your scheduling is compliant. COVID checks are being undertaken, whether that will be replacing sanitizer daily in the building, make sure signage is available. And we've undergone many of those changes internally ourselves to make sure that we have a COVID safe environment as well.
Yeah, you tested it out, so know how it works firsthand. So I've got a couple more questions that have come in for the two of you. This next question is, do you have the facility where only certain users can edit and remove data?
Absolutely. I mean, with a system like ours, really, it's critical that users are given certain privileges, and ultimately that's to ensure the integrity of the database. I mean, our product suite is very sophisticated, all the way through to things like the building information modelling, where you really wouldn't want too many people in there amending or updating any of those master data sets. Filtering through then to something like the CAFM application, whereby you might give limited access to third parties, like people like suppliers or contractors. So yes, it's very much controlled by a user profile and what we would expect them to be able to do in the system.
Great, thank you, and thank you for that question. Another question here, so we've got a couple of minutes left, so I'll try and get this question out as well. This one is, can you automate notifications to teams if you have updates, e.g. to department schedules?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a full notification tools in the database that would allow you to alert groups or stakeholders at certain trigger points. And then we also have the ability to have more on-the-fly notifications based on work groups. So as an example, there might be an incident at a facility, and in the event of that facility, there might be a workflow where there might be a team of users that you'd need to notify. So yes, that's all available within the product.
Excellent, thank you. Well, we are running out of time here. I guess one last very brief question and answer really is, and this is quite a hard answer because I'm sure there's lots of great things that you could say, but if there were some key benefits from what we've seen, what would they be, Nancy?
I think really the key benefit of an application like QFM is the breadth of functionality that we are able to offer. We are not just a CAFM vendor, just a BIM vendor. We offer the full life cycle of managing a building. And the beauty of our products is that we are the owner and author of all of them. So we have that integration available out of the box and as standard. So we always sort of talk about your building hierarchy being your common data set. If that's amended or changed, that would naturally just filter through our product suites. So for an asset owner or an operator, if you are managing this data, you've just got one common data set to maintain. We live in a digital era where data is absolutely key, and our product suites allow you to standardise on that and create a common platform.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I just think that, I think in second to our products is that we've got the expert skills and consultancy within to help drive these opportunities, which means that, we often find that with customers, they come on board and then they always add more to it as they grow as a business, we kind of grow with them.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time here at Tech Talk. And if you do have any other questions, you can book in to the SWG exhibitor booth and with a representative from the team who'll be happy to answer any more questions that you might have. But for now, I just want to say a big thank you to Nancy and to Danielle. Great to have you on Tech Talk, and we'll be back this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So hope to see you then. Goodbye.
Thank you.